Today I'm going to demonstrate for you some of the hand helpers associated with letter recognition for preschoolers and kindergartners. Let's say that you're the parent of a preschooler or kindergartner, and your child is struggling with letter recognitions and sounds. Letter recognition and sounds are part of the kindergarten curriculum and are very important in early reading skills. Your child seems to struggle with early reading skills. You don't want your child to get behind, so you decide to start working with them. After working with your child on letter sound and recognition for several weeks, your child is still struggling. But you notice that your child remembers to use certain manners such as please and thank you when you use hand signs to remind them. You never thought that using your hands to help you remember things could transfer things to your long-term memory, but they do. I became interested in this topic when I took a job at the school and I participated in kindergarten inclusion. After covering some basic information with you, I'm going to demonstrate for you some of the hand helpers associated with letter recognition. The literacy link defines hand symbol movement as a tool used to help transfer letter and sound recognition to your long-term memory. Hand symbols help the student identify and process letter sounds and patterns through muscle movements. It seems to work better than using only your eyes and ears, and it seems to give a more solid meaning to the letter and the sound. Even after learning to read and write, subconsciously, many people still use hand symbols. One speech and language pathologist, Peggy Northrup, said that using your hands to communicate is like imprinting an image on your mind. Before introducing your hand helpers in the alphabet, it is important to establish with the child what each finger is called. Your thumb, your pointer finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your little finger. Because these are all the very important things that you will use in your hand symbols. The Literacy Link reported that in 1998, that 10 million children in the U.S. were poor readers. While interviewing speech and language pathologist Lisa Stinson, I learned that since hand helpers have been introduced in pre-K and kindergarten, 75% of children came out of kindergarten reading. That is a pretty high percent. And she says she believes that hand helpers are the main contribution to this. Now that you have some basic information on hand symbols or hand helpers and how they help with early reading skills, I will demonstrate some of these things for you. The Literacy Link introduced hand helpers and said they are very similar to original sign language, but they are not exact. Some of the basic hand helpers are this. For A, you hold up your pointer finger, you put it in front of your mouth, and you push it forward. Ah. Because the sound comes forward. For B, you put all of your fingers up, and you put your thumb on the inside of your hand, put it beside your head, and you say B. It's important not to put vowel sounds on these symbols because letter sounds do not have vowel sounds. Many children will try to say buh, but it's not buh, it's buh. You have to cut it off. For C, you make a C with your hand, you put it in front of your throat, and it's k. The reason we put it in front of our throat is because C is a throaty sound. The sound comes from the back of your throat. D, you put your pointer finger up and you round your fingers, kind of like in the shape of a D. Put it beside your head, push it forward and say D. E is very similar to the original symbol, hand sign symbol for E. It's put your hands beside your head, curl your fingers down, curl your thumb in, and it's eh. You push it out. Many children are able to better recognize letter sounds when you do this. They say that muscle movement when you make sounds helps transfer these things to your long-term memory. And then they help with reading skills, which stay with you forever. Now that I have demonstrated some of these hand helpers for you, if you would like to learn more, I will provide a handout for you at the end of this speech. Once the letter sounds are transferred to your long-term memory, the child will forever be able to remember these sounds and can use them later in life. I hope that you better understand letter sounds, letter recognition, and how hand muscle movement help transfer the letter sounds and the recognition of the letter to your long-term memory. It's been proven that with most children it works best between kids ages preschool and kindergarten. Doctors really aren't sure why, but they believe it's because during this age children's brain development is the highest at this point. I hope you have a better understanding of hand helpers. Thank you.